Hello everybody, welcome back to some Fallout 4. Picking up almost where we left off. As you can see, my gun has changed slightly. I have upgraded it as much as I currently can. Actually, come to think of it, where's gun nut? Could I do another? Oh no, I can't even do another one yet. Anyway, but yeah, so I got my pistol. I upgraded that. I upgraded my shotgun. I kept it a sawed-off since it's close range anyway. And then I also upgraded our sniper rifle. And then everything else is the same. I also still have the machete, but I can't upgrade that without blacksmithing perks. And actually, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure the machete I can't upgrade without, like, level 2 or 3 blacksmithing.
This shouldn't take long.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. It shouldn't. Ow, the box did count as being in the way. Ow. Oh. The fucking reloads on these guys. It always gets me. Weird thing happened while I was upgrading my guns, because unfortunately, I did not... Man, I don't actually have too many bullets for that sniper. I unfortunately did a little bit of a dumb here. And I moved... Okay, well, we'll worry about that in a second. But I moved literally everything, all of my resources to Sanctuary because I don't have any supply lines to set up yet, and I won't probably have them for a little bit. That, by the way, is the Idiot Savant perk popping right there. Got some bonus XP for that guy. But I moved all that there, and then the workbenches that were in Sanctuary were bothering me, so I deleted them, not remembering that you need level 2 of the local leader perk in order to rebuild them. So I then had to go back to I had to go to the Red Rocket truck stop because that's where all of my stuff is, or that's where all the crafting stations were. Go through the crafting menu to figure out what it was that I needed to build, write it all down, and then go back to Sanctuary to get the materials. And then, oh yeah, so this is actually like a whole thing that they made that just like is all about the American Revolution. Because Concord, if you don't know, was important during the Civil War. Not Civil War. Well, the War of Independence, I guess. Maybe the Civil War as well. I mean, I'm assuming this is for the Boston Tea Party here. Yeah, that would be the Boston Tea Party thing. Oh, Paul Revere. 2 if by sea, 1 if by land. Fun fact, the British are coming was not what he said at the time, because at the time they were all British, so that would have been rather redundant and not told anybody who was actually coming. What he would have said, however, was the Redcoats are coming, because that is how they identify them. But yeah, I got all my stuff, went back to Red Rocket, and then I had too much of some stuff and not enough of others. Now, unfortunately, I went through everything and wrote it down, but I didn't actually take everything until, like, I wrote it all down yesterday. Like, went through it all and wrote it all down yesterday. But
There we go.
I didn't actually get a chance to take it and go and build everything until today. Fusion core. So these are the generators that are supposedly powering the buildings, but even when you take the fusion core out and you see them shut down, The buildings still remain powered. But yeah, so there was like a day in between me getting all the materials and actually going to use them. So I'm guessing that at some point when I was building them today, I chose different upgrades for things than I had planned on getting, but I don't know what I would have chosen or what I would have been thinking yesterday differently than today. I mean, I pretty much get. Also, yes, I am trying to loot everything in here because I did make sure my inventory was empty. And I'd rather just get this place clear while we go through it rather than having to come back and clear it out. I don't think that enemies respawn in here. Enemies. Oh, damn it. Enemies definitely respawn in Concord itself. In fact, when I came back to clear it out, I actually had 2 or 3 more raiders to kill again. Also, I don't know why I'm bothering to do this. You can walk around to that hallway. But I don't think anybody respawns inside the building.
Let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around and get shot. Stop being such a fucking pansy. We hold out for the others like we're supposed to. What are you, deaf? Somebody's out there shooting the place up. I ain't sitting around waiting to die. I swear to God, you make a move for that exit, and I'll gut you myself. Hey!
Ah, got them both. Yeah, they do have some traps here, as you can see. And as you notice, though, unlike some games where it's like, oh man, it's they're having a conversation, it's like right next to an explosive. Oh yeah, so here's this mural. This mural commemorates the many sacrifices of the brave men and women of the United States Armed Forces. From Lexington and Concord to the shores of Iwo Jima, from the Sea of Tranquility, that's on the moon by the way, to the Anchorage front line, Americans have fought and died through the ages to secure our nation's freedom. May their sacrifices remind us all that freedom is a privilege afforded to the many, yet hard won by a noble few. So, Lexington and Concord and Iwo Jima, obviously real places that they went to in the real world. Sea of Tranquility and the Anchorage, not places where there, at least I don't think there was a war in Anchorage. I can guarantee you there was no war in the Sea of Tranquility on the moon. Anchorage, I'm less sure of, but just because it's on Earth, I'm less sure of it. I mean, odds are there was fights there at some point, or at least in the general vicinity of Anchorage. I don't remember what the whole plot with the moon and the Sea of Tranquility is, if I'm being honest. I vaguely recall reading about it or like listening to a video about it or something that explained the whole Sea of Tranquility battle that took place, but I don't remember enough to explain more than just they had a war on the moon or over the moon. Either way, I mean the battle still took place on the moon, and I don't remember why they were fighting on the moon other than, it's like maybe, hey, this is ours. It's like, no, it's ours. No, it's ours. I don't even remember who they were fighting. I mean, Russia and China. Actually, because I know China is a big enemy in the Fallout universe because, like, at the very least, they're still, like, a current enemy. Because I know in New Vegas, it was, like, Chinese spies or something that were, like, trying to, destroy the dam or something.
Going nowhere. We got other shit to deal with. You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk. There you are, you little bastard.
That's perfect that thing popped. So that was actually the first time I shot that gun. Shotgun, very powerful. Sawed off or long barrel. Both are very good. Um, it really just depends on what range in general you use a shotgun. Now, I went with the sawed off this time. Normally, and I probably will later, get the long barrel on it, just because while I still save the shotgun for short range, it's one of those things where it's like if I go into a building, I'm basically going to either be using my pistol or my shotgun. And depending on what's in the building, like for something like this, that's like raiders, I'm just gonna stick with my pistol for the most part. I mean, unless I see one in power armor or something, I'm gonna stick with my pistol because it's more than enough. Um, but if we get into like a building with like super mutants or something, it'll probably be better for me to use a shotgun and unless the suicider shows up. But yeah, anyway. And, obviously, if I'm using a shotgun come through and then I come to a place like this, turn, and there's like a super mutant right there, instead of switching guns, if I have the long barrel shotgun, I might be able to just take him out from a slightly longer distance.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. God damn it.
Glad to help.
Well, if that's true, we could use some more goodwill. As you can see, we're in a bit of a mess here.
That ain't it.
Who are these people?
Just folks looking for a new home, a fresh start. I've been with them since Quincy. Lexington looked good for a while, but the ghouls drove us out of there. A month ago, there were 20 of us. Yesterday, there were 8. Now we're 5. It's just me, the Longs, Marcy and June. That's old Mama Murphy on the couch. And this here is Sturgis.
Hey.
Why does it say ghouls? He didn't even mention it.
Sorry. Sounds rough.
Thanks. It's good to meet someone who really cares. Anyway, we figured Concord would be a safe place to settle. Those raiders proved us wrong. But, well, we do have one idea.
Let's hear it.
Sturgis, tell him.
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. You might have seen it. Well, looks like one of its passengers left behind a seriously sweet goodie. We're talking a full suit of cherry T-45 power armor. Military issue.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought you might.
I don't know what's wrong with the
Protection with
subtitle.
an added bonus. Get the suit. You can rip the minigun right off the vertibird. Do that, and those raiders get an express ticket to hell. You dig?
Could work.
It'll work, provided we can reactivate the suit. It's totally out of juice. Probably has been for 100 years. It can be powered up again, but we're a bit stuck.
So, what's the solution?
What you'll need is an old pre-war FC, a standardized fusion core, your high-grade, long-term nuclear battery used by the military and some companies way back when. And we know right where to find one.
But we can't get to the damn thing. It's down in the basement, locked behind a security gate. Look, I fix stuff. I tinker. Bypassing security ain't exactly my forte. You could give it a shot.
Yeah, I really don't know why Sturgis isn't getting it.
Actually, I already
Or
grabbed the
getting-
fusion core. We're set.
Subtitles.
Well, all right. Maybe our luck's finally turning around. Once you jack the core into the power armor and grab that minigun, those raiders will know they picked the wrong fight. Good luck.
All right. So now in this room, like I said, there isn't too many unique things or important things in this place. But first thing, once you make it to this room, not the coffee pot, you have an issue of Rob Co Fun, which includes the Atomic Command holotape. which we will, give a shot here. Miscellaneous. I don't even remember what this game is. I'm not even sure that I played all the different games that come in this. Let's see. What is this one? Oh, basically asteroids. Oof. So yeah, as you can see, you do have to lead your targets at least a little bit. Well, you get bonus points for having some left. But... So I can't. It's not. Is it asteroids? There might be a version of asteroids like that, where it's like every or at the very least, I've played games similar to this, where like in the end, basically you just need to and I lost because I lost like my base, I think, right? Oh no. It's like as long as like your landmarks there stay safe, you're good to go. All right, we're done with this. Yes, quick game. I don't actually care. I just wanted to show you which game it was. Can I use that terminal? Yeah, that's right. Get the fuck off of it, Sturges. You're not hacking shit. Spear, no. Nukes, no. Greed? Could be. Nope. Dream? Nope. Super? Nope. Guess Scarf it is.
I'm in.
Alright, so you can unlock the security gate that's downstairs from up here as well, but that's obviously pointless. After hours tomfoolery. For the last time, the Redcoat mannequin displays are not toy soldiers and are not to be played with after hours. Two of them have scuffed paint, and this morning one of the foot regiment pieces was missing his arm. I mean, that had to have happened, right? In the wars. This sort of horsing around will not be tolerated. Anyone caught engaging in such behavior will be written up, docked an hour's pay, and charged for damages. Someone get maintenance down in the basement to deal with that roach problem. Do it now on the down low. While the museum is open, discretion is key. We cannot afford to close the museum again, nor is it acceptable for a child to find a cockroach in her hair as she's learning about taxation without representation. The situation must be resolved immediately. It's weird that they have this on here, but you don't actually have any rad roaches to fight in here. After meeting with the director and board of trustees, I'm afraid I must deliver some rather dire news. Our planned Anchorage exhibit has been put on indefinite hold. It is simply not within the museum's budget at this time to make the renovations necessary to accommodate such an ambitious endeavor. My thanks to the curatorial and maintenance teams for all the work that's been done thus far. Oh, final entry. This was, I do believe, the same time we left, right? This is Megan Hayes. I'm a tour guide here at the Concord Museum of Freedom. I am so scared. When everyone saw the flashes, they left. Even Mr. Nash. He just ran away and left me here. Jerk. And then one of those army helicopter things crashed into the roof. I saw soldiers, but they looked freaked out. I just hid from them. I've only been in Massachusetts a month. I don't really know anyone, and I don't know where to go. I broke the lock on the curator's desk and took the gun. I'm going to hide in one of the rooms for a few days until things calm down. If somebody reads this, please come find me. But if you try to hurt me, I swear I'll shoot you. So I do believe that we'll find her body.
There's something coming.
Ma'am.
Hail the conquering hero.
What's your story?
Me? Oh, that's simple. Lead these here people to a land of safety and sanctuary. Now your tale. That's a winding one. Oh, yes. It's true. Oh, I saw it.
You saw it?
It's the Chems, kid. They give old Mama Murphy the sight. Been that way for as long as I can remember.
What's the sight?
I can see a bit of what was and what will be, and even what is right now. And right now, I can see this something coming, drawn by the noise and the chaos. And it is angry.
What is it? Mama Murphy, I need more, please.
I see. I see. Oh, it's horrible, kid. Claws and teeth and horns. The very face of death itself. That's all I can manage. That's all. I need to rest now. And you have a job to do.
So yeah, that's Mama Murphy. She's on drugs. They decided to make the gypsy
These are our
character
lives you're playing with.
uh
Are you listening
drug.
to me?
Yes,
You
Marcy.
okay?
There are more of you, right?
No. Fuck you think this is? It's overkill. More than one of me. All right, so here's a perception
Hell yeah.
bobblehead. So your perception has been permanently increased by 1. Now you might think, but didn't you max out your perception? Theoretically, yes, but if we go over to it, you will see that for some reason I lost a perception when I picked it up, which is interesting. Huh, well, whatever, I can fix that later. Ugh, I gotta fucking duplicate those shit in books again. Whatever. I'm not quite sure why I lost a perception there. You're supposed to actually be able to gain it. Hang on, where stats? Here we go. Yeah, my perception is 11. I don't know why it's going to let me buy another one though. That's very weird. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, we'll see if we can find this woman here that locked herself away. I don't think we've come across a skeleton with a gun as of yet. Oh, nope, nope. We were already down there. This leads us out. So does the other door. Which means that either we've already come across her, because I'm pretty sure she's here somewhere. This door here, by the way, just leads out to the balcony that Preston was shooting from while we were running around earlier. She locked herself in one of the rooms with a gun. Get that one. No skeletons in here. That's everything on this floor. Pretty sure she's around here. Because they do that a lot, even though sometimes it makes like no sense whatsoever. Where it's like, because, you know, it's been a lot of years, right? Like 200 years. And there's plenty of times where it's like, all right, I can see this being like this because, you know, time passed, but like nobody's really been around, you know, whatnot. It was still locked, you know. I'm fine with stuff like that. But then there's times where it's like people are living here and there's still skeletons everywhere, even if it's raiders. You're telling me they didn't like move out all the fucking bones and shit? Like, fuck, put them up and decorate with them to scare people. But you're telling me they left people in like they left the skeletons in like poses like nobody fucked with them or anything? Like, I find that hard to believe. All right, I don't know where she is. Maybe she isn't here then. I could have swore though that that was a thing where you read that and you could go find her, because she even mentions the gun. You know what? Now I want to check downstairs just to, because I didn't go all the way down. Because she's not in here. That wouldn't also be a very good place to hide since you have the cages open. Not in there.
Remember, lads, two if by sea.
Yeah, two if I see.
Come on, dolls. We ride to Lexington to warn Hancock.
Also, this game here probably has like the shittest flashlight in video game history. One of the shittiest flashlights in video game history, because like, even if it wasn't horrible and extended further than like a foot around you, there's honestly a lot of instances where like I forget that I have it on, where I'll be like sneaking through a place and I'll be like, wait, how the fuck did you see me? I was sneaking. And then I'll look and I'll realize that my flashlight was on. Because like, obviously in a place like this, you know, when you're out in the bright lights and that, it's like, alright, you know, it's like I could see not realizing that it's on, but you wouldn't really be sneaking at that point because, you know, obviously you got the light, right? So you're not gonna, you know, they're gonna have an easier time spotting you anyway, so why bother sneaking? But it does get kind of annoying when it's like a dark area and it's like, with the flashlight on, it's bright enough that you can see, but not bright enough that you realize the flashlight's on, you know? Alright, so yeah, I don't know where she went off to lock herself in. Because yeah, like I said, I was sure that you could find her. Here, we'll pop out here for a second. But I was sure that you could find her, and because she mentions the gun, right?
Damn it, where are they?
All right. So yeah, as you can see, the raiders have already spawned out there. I think as soon as you talk to Preston, they spawn. And there's the power armor.
Personal log. United States Army Staff Sergeant Michael Daly. This past Saturday, October 23rd, while en route to West Stockbridge, a vertibird crashed into the roof of this museum. The cause? EMP following nuclear detonation. Several, in fact. From the intel I've gathered after that, was a Guardian Cantor were shot by some scared, desperate survivors. Then Brzezinski took off running. Haven't seen him since. Now, it's my turn to go AWOL, if that concept even applies anymore. My armor's fusion core is burned out, so I guess my soldering days are done. I'm heading to Boston, on foot, to see if my sister survived all this. She's got an apartment on Boylston Street. This is Mike Daly, signing out. Good luck. And God bless America. Or what's left of it.
Alright. So now we have the minigun, as you can see. Now, obviously, you can use the minigun without power armor, but power armor, if we, just give me a second here. So, inventory, thank you. As you can see, it does add a little bit of weight. To be fair, this one only added 10 weight for me to carry, but, you know, it's still something.
Down Show me that fancy gun up close. Not a lot of people could get past my boys. I'll give you that.
So yeah, they give you a fuck ton of bullets and everything here to use. You can also aim, but it's a minigun, so I mean your aim is a little redundant. But yeah, they give you so many bullets for this gun because you obviously need them. Raider scum. And you know, this is meant to be like your introduction to the power armor, right? And how badass it is. Which, to be fair, it is very good. And I completely understand the people who like to play with power armor. Deathclaw. Wow, that didn't do very much damage. Where the hell did my minigun go? There it is. Although now that I don't even know where it went. So yeah, thankfully the Deathclaw, it does go after the bandits as well. And as you can see, the minigun does in fact do quite a good chunk of damage to it, which is kind of the whole point of the minigun. Yeah, it is. Oh, out of ammo. I don't know what the fuck that noise is. I don't know if it's like me choking or something. But yeah, there we go. Deathclaw down. And Deathclaw had a shot glass on him for some reason. But whatever. Alright. Now, I think because we went out the balcony and then went back in and got the enemies to spawn, there was that one guy on the roof of this building, but I think he's gone now. I don't think that... I mean, obviously he's gone now, but... But yeah, the nice thing about power armor is 0 fall damage. Like... Yeah, I don't even know. Anyway. As you can probably guess, we may or may not have enough inventory space to actually clear out all these this inventory. But yeah, that's the Deathclaw. Like I said, it's supposed to be your introduction to that, and it shows you that, you know, power armor. Now, granted, it didn't really show us because we managed to kill the Deathclaw before it came close. But it's meant to show you that even though, like, you're definitely, like, the Deathclaw had the little skull there to indicate, hey, you probably shouldn't be fighting this guy right now. Even if it got up to us, we still would have survived. Hey, he has the Corvega storage key, Gristle does. And that's supposed to tell you where they came from. Yeah, as you can see, we are very slow. So the Deathclaw, by the way, I talked about opening up that area before. It is, in fact, the Deathclaw, as you can probably guess. That opens it up for you. And now we can go down there. We're not going to go down there right now because we have all this shit to go and drop off anyway. But I do want to find the rest of the raiders. Because if we're going to be overburdened, we may as well severely overburden ourselves, right? You would think that there would be a limit. It's like, because like you have your inventory, right, where you can move normally, and then you have overburden. But that's the only 2 states that you have. Like there is no, I'm just collapsed on the ground because you've given me that much stuff, right? Which I can understand not doing, But at the same time, it would be funny. But yeah, as you saw there, they gave us like 800 bullets or something for the minigun, and we tore through all of them to kill that Deathclaw. I really thought the Fat Man would do more. I just don't think, because like when it came up, instead of running towards me like it normally does, it turned and went down the street to fight the raiders that were there. So I think if it had come to me instead of to the raiders, it would have taken like way more damage from the mini nuke. Because that does do like the Fat Man. It is your big boss killer, right? It's like you know that there's about to be something horrid to fight, so you whip out the mini nuke and you just blast it. You know?
Fine, Preston. Quit fussing.
That was a pretty amazing display. I'm just glad you were on our side.
But am I? Just pulls out my gun and kill everyone.
You guys gonna be okay now?
Yeah, for a while anyway. We can at least move someplace. Listen, when we first met, you said you were glad to help. Well, you did. And we owe you our lives. So here. It ain't much, but it's the best way I can say thank you.
What happens now?
For the longest time, Mama Murphy's had a vision of a place called Sanctuary. Some old neighborhood, but one we can make new again. Why don't you come with us? I could really use your help.
All right, Garvey. I'm in.
Oh, that's wonderful. But there's more to your destiny, isn't there? I've seen it. And I know your pain.
My destiny? What do you mean?
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
I'm listening.
Look, kid, I know how I sound. The sight, it's weird. And it ain't always clear. But your son's out there. And even I don't need the sight to tell you where you should start looking. The great green jewel of the Commonwealth. Diamond City. The biggest settlement around.
What's in Diamond City? Is Sean there?
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
No, Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Ah, shush, Preston. We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, he's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's safe to move out. We're heading for that place Mama Murphy knows about. Sanctuary. It's not far.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions while she was stoned out of her gourd? And now you want us to just head out on another wild goose chase based on no better plan than Mama Murphy saw it?
It can hardly turn out any worse than...
Everybody just take it easy. We're all in this together, right? So Marcy, you got a better idea of what we should do next? Anybody? Well then, Sanctuary it is. Let's just hope it lives up to its name.
Come on, June, it's time to go.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so these will be our first settlers. And now generally they're supposed to be your first settlers. You don't have to have them as your first settlers. Like you can
You coming with us to Sanctuary?
Diamond City's
Yeah.
where you need to head.
You can set up a recruitment beacon and just bring in regular settlers all you want. If you want to. These guys will always go to Sanctuary, though. And in fact, if you want to have more people than you're, once again, supposed to. So the way that settlers work is it's based on your charisma. So you have a baseline of 10 settlers that can be in a settlement. And then you can have an extra one for every point of charisma you have. Now, once again, generally
Get the price
10
you
is the
take to get this
max.
far.
So that's why theoretically,
I'll take point.
um,
We're right behind you, boss.
20 is the maximum you can have. Now, there are ways, obviously, if you max it out first, find the charisma bobblehead, you get an extra one. There's certain clothing that'll raise your charisma. There's certain chems and foods and that can raise your charisma. And all of that stacks and all of that
First time I've
counts.
seen one of these things up close. I'm very glad it's already dead.
Yeah, you're welcome. And that all works. Now, the recruitment beacon, I don't know exactly how it works. I'm pretty sure it's just on a timer and it will come in eventually. So you may need to like time it because obviously the food and drinks and that and chems, they all have a time limit on them. And also like upgrades to like your armor and that can also raise your charisma, I do believe. So like if you time it right for when the recruitment beacon can bring a new settler in and you have the charisma, it will do it. But obviously just having the charisma doesn't at some random point doesn't make it so you can have more, right? Like you can't just do everything you can to like max out your charisma, end up with like 30 charisma for like 1 second and then assume that you can get 40 people in a settlement. But I never make my settlements that big anyway. I generally try and stick to the 20, if that even. Sanctuary, in general, I will like, so like Sanctuary here, that's where all of our named people go. Because I think I started talking about this before, but I never finished it, where your settlers can get taken over and they'll turn hostile and you'll lose a settler, right? And if you're not there to deal with it, you may lose more because they'll turn hostile and quite possibly kill everyone.
Festering boil on the ass end of the Commonwealth. No offense if you're from here or
something. But if the character or the thing, the settler is named, then they can't be taken. So Sanctuary in general, I'll just put named NPCs in there. Not every named NPC. For example, the next place we're probably going to get is like a farm that's over there. I think it's Abernathy Farm. And there's a family that lives there. There's a mother, father, and daughter that lives there. And there, I'm going to leave them there. Like, I'm not going to move them. And in a place like that with like Abernathy Farm, for the most part, I'll just have them there. Like, there's 3 of them there. I'll fix up the farm and everything, but I'll just have those 3 there. Like, I won't put more settlers there. Every once in a while, I'll throw in like 1 extra settler there to just so that like I can create a supply line.
Your idea of heaven, Sturgis. Could be some good salvage in there. Let's get to Sanctuary first, though. I think we're close.
Yeah, there's no salvaging there. I already did that. But yeah, I might throw 1 settler, 1 unnamed settler in there because like they're literally just called settlers. To create a supply line. Now, when you make a settler a supply line person, they also can't be taken over. But there are also some other locations, like there's one over there that we'll end up getting probably really soon, which is 10 Pines Bluff, I do believe. And that one literally comes with 2 settlers. Like, they don't have names or anything. It's a fairly worthless plot of land. There is a part of a building, part of a house still standing, and this really shitty shack that they set up to sleep in. And I don't much care for that settlement.
It's the monument to the original Minutemen. I knew that was somewhere around Concord. That means this right here must be the Old North Bridge, where the first shots of the American Revolution were fired. I'd call that the best omen I've seen since we left Quincy.
Yeah,
I'm glad you decided to come with us.
Boss.
I should have
But I'm
listened to
glad you're
Mama
happy
Murphy
about
all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us. I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to say that when we're actually like in the fucking place, not way out here on the road.
Yeah. I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn. Like one of those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
Maybe. I woke up at one point. Some people killed my wife and kidnapped my son. I'm trying to find him.
Damn. I'm sorry. I hope you find him. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Anyway, I am glad you're here.
Okay. Weird couple of
And I
close-ups
hope you
there.
don't mind, but I've got another favor to ask. I've had word from a settlement asking for help. There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen is to show people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help out the settlement?
What kind of help do they need?
Sounded like the usual. Raiders. You'll have to get all the details when you talk to them.
That doesn't really...
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. The Minutemen could use more people like you. By the way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgis. I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Alright, so let's see. Which place... 10 Pines Bluff. That's the one I was afraid of. It's such a shit settlement. Because like I said, there's a shack that they sleep in and it's got 2 mattresses on the floor. You can't get rid of the shack. You can't get rid of the mattresses. Even if you fix up the house that's there and put actual beds in it, they'll still fucking sleep on the shitty mattresses in the shed. It is such a crap hole. And there's so little you can do about it. Nope, I can't for some reason assign Garvey right now. Oh well. We may have to complete the first quest there. The quests he give you are more or less random. I do believe that because I don't think he has to give you. You know, I'm actually gonna leave this here because I don't plan on keeping it in Sanctuary anyway. I don't think that he has to give you 10 Pines Bluff as first. I'm pretty sure there's been times where he's given me Abernathy Farm first, and I was really hoping for that. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure it's one of those 2 that he gives you first. After that, it does become a little more random, but I still feel like I get... Oh, also, we never took our dog.
Hey, boy! Here.
Right, I didn't even realize that I hadn't.
Stay, boy. Let's go.
I didn't even realize that we didn't have our dog with us. But yeah, he does still tend to give you like kind of similar things, you know, like I guess we can actually throw the Fat Man in there because I'm pretty sure that was my one and only mini nuke that I had. But yeah, so like Grey Garden is one that you seem to get rather early on all the time. Oh, what's the one? I can't remember if the place is called Gardens or anything. Also, if you're wondering, leather chest piece, as you can see, bullet damage or resistance 1, energy resistance is 3. Metal gives you more physical damage than energy resistance. So it's not technically an upgrade over it. Same with the Raider gear. That the Raider gear is better physical resistance than leather armor. Metal armor is a direct upgrade to raider armor, and then you have combat armor that will get eventually that is better than both, I do believe. Why am I carrying those? Anyway, but yeah, so we'll end up with quite a few settlements that we have to go through and everything. Once again, I'm not going to make you sit through me building everything in a settlement, getting everything set up, anything like that. Because there's no point. Because so much of it is just like going to be the same old. Military grade duct tape. Wow. Screwdriver. Toothbrush. Toothpaste. Skulls. Alright. But yeah, a lot of it is just doing the same things over and over. A lot of it is very annoyingly trying to get stuff to fucking fit that won't fit. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, I see. Because they're broken. Well, they're going to remain broken then because I don't have the materials to repair them at the truck stop until I get a supply line going here. But yeah, I think how long have we been going? Yeah, so that'll be it for this part. Next part, we'll go back to Concord and do the area that the Deathclaw came out of. I guess I'll just pop this back here for now. But yeah, we'll clear that, and then I honestly don't know if I want to go and do 10 Pines, because, like, I don't know where it's going to send us, you know? So the way, like, settlements work is you go to the settlement, you get a quest, which is generally, hey, go kill some raiders. Sometimes it's super mutants, sometimes it's ghouls, you know, whatever. There'll be something that you have to go and kill nearby, and then, like, you get access to it. There are some that you come across that's just you're straight up that's just empty, and you can go up to them and Atomic Command can go in there. Log. Right, the Perception Bobblehead can't. Yeah, so the bobbleheads, not that they weigh anything, but they can't be removed like that. You actually have to build a stand to put them on, and then you can get them out of your inventory just to, like, clean it up a little bit. But yeah, that'll be it for this part. Next part, we'll go and do the Civic Access, I think is what it's called. Map, here we go, yeah. So yeah, 10 Pines Bluff is over here. I don't think that there's anything... I'm not sure. I don't think that there's anything in between us and 10 Pines. Oh, actually, you know what? That's not true. I do know that there's something in between us. So yeah, we won't be doing 10 Pines first. I would honestly rather go and do Abernathy Farm first. Just because it's also close by. I much prefer building there than I do in 10 Pines. And it's a little bit. It's a better quest. Just honestly, it's a significantly better quest because while it is still mostly random, well, it isn't random at all. It's still mostly the same thing that the other quests are. But they do give you a little bit more of a backstory, which is nice. So yeah, next part we'll head into the civic access that we didn't get to in Concord, and then we'll head over to Abernathy Farm, which is over here somewhere, and go and help those people out. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Friday for more.